This shrub right here is Indian plum. It is one of our earliest plants to bloom in this area. It provides nectar for hummingbirds, and birds eat the berries. Below it we have some camas bulbs coming up. It's a little late in the season, but maybe they'll survive. It's another nectar source for various pollinators. We have another columbine here, and behind it we have some yellow monkeyflower. Just another source for native pollinators for nectar. Behind there we have the lupin. Nectar for butterflies and bees. It provides seeds for songbirds. It is a larval host plant for the painted lady and spring azure butterflies. More monkeyflower down there. We have Douglas aster behind. Those flowers attract morning cloak, red admiral, west coast lady, spring azure, and woodland skipper butterflies, and also bees. We have some native grasses down here. We have the yellow and blue-eyed grass, and then we also have a tufted hair grass, which is right there. And some of these grasses just provide cover for small animals, and the woodland skipper uses various grasses as a larval host plant. Behind we have the red osier dogwood. This shrub is a larval plant for spring azure butterfly. It's a nectar plant for various butterflies and bees. The berries are eaten by birds such as robins, flickers, warblers, and kingbirds. We have some native coastal strawberries, which birds eat the berries. Robins, toadies, waxwings like the berries. The flowers provide nectar for bees. So here we have the western trumpet honeysuckle. We just planted it recently. That's why it's so small. It will eventually be a tall twining vine that provides, the thickets provide shelter for birds nesting and just shelter places to hide. Provides nectar for hummingbirds. The fruit is eaten by flickers, robins, thrushes, cedar waxwings, finches, and juncos. And this shrub is Douglas spirea. It is a larval host for the Lorcan's admiral butterfly, and various bees and butterflies visit the flowers for nectar. Next to it is another Douglas aster. Further down, we have the Nootka rose, which is a native wild rose. The rose thicket provides shelter for birds. The birds eat the rose hips, and the leaves are used by the leafcutter bee to make nests, little cocoon-like nests for their larvae. Here we have salmonberry. It is one of the first blooming plants visited by hummingbirds. It provides nectar for bees. The fruits are eaten by birds, and it also forms thickets that provide shelter for birds. And to our right, we have two goatsbeard. It's another native. Flowers attract hummingbirds, butterflies, and bees.
Our first shrub is an evergreen huckleberry, a favorite amongst bees and hummingbirds, which like their flowers, and birds eat their berries. Next we have oxalis, a ground cover visited by bees and butterflies. And to the right, we have a tiny fringe cup, which is a favorite amongst bees. In the back corner, we have violets, another ground cover visited by bees and butterflies. Next to that, we have tall Oregon grape, visited by orchard mason bees and painted lady butterflies, amongst others, and the berries are eaten by many birds. Bleeding heart, which have beautiful pink flowers, attract hummingbirds. And next to that, we have salal, a larval host for brown elfin spring azure butterflies. Birds and small mammals eat their berries. And last, we have red flowering currant, a favorite nectar plant for hummingbirds and butterflies, especially spring azure morning cloak butterflies. And birds eat berries such as the towhees, thrushes, cedar waxwings, sparrows, jays, and woodpeckers.
So to return to how you can help, there are several things that you can do. Number one, don't use pesticides in your yard or garden. Provide as much diversity, plant diversity as you can. Natives are best, but there are many non-natives that also provide nectar for bees and butterflies. Things like bee balm and hyssop and lavender, many herbs, oregano, mints, they provide flowers. And leave spaces for them for shelter and for nesting, overwintering sites. Don't be too tidy in your yard. Leave some leaves on the ground and some dead twigs or debris, because they'll often hide underneath or overwinter in a sheltered space. And then I wanted to mention this book, which is Attracting Native Pollinators. It just came out in May, I believe, of this year. And it's by the Xerces Society, which has a great website as well for information if you want to find out more. This is an excellent resource. It gives a lot of information on different pollinators as well as plants and things that you can do to help. And I would also like to mention that there is a local nonprofit here called Pollinator Pathway. Their website is pollinatorpathway.com, and that is a pollinator corridor on Columbia Street from 12th to 29th. And they're creating habitat for local pollinators. And one last thing is the Washington Native Plant Society has an excellent website. It's full of information on native plants, and we did a lot of research for this garden using that website. And they also have a native plant stewardship program that is really great if anyone gets really excited about native plants.
And if you'd like more information about the Howell Collective or would like to visit us at the garden, we are located on the corner of 16th and Howell, adjacent to the Seven Hills Park, or you can visit us at howellcollective.wordpress.com.